What's up, you guys? It's your favorite author, Tracy White. I'm coming at y'all from Winchester, Virginia. If you watch my previous videos, you know I always record from Virginia. How are you guys doing today? First of all, how's your mental? How's your spirit? How's your emotional state of mind? How are you guys feeling? How's your new year? And all that good stuff. If you all have been watching my last couple of videos, I've been trying to upload a video about once a week or something like that. I've been able to, stay on topic with that, so I'm very happy. But so today I wanted to talk about our decisions and how it has affected our children. So parents, what I want to say to you, I've already done this myself. It definitely applies to me, so do not think I'm talking at you. I'm simply talking to you. I'm simply just making a suggestion. So parents, fathers, grandmothers, whatever, apologize to your kids for the decisions that you made, because whether we want to admit it or not, and whether we hold ourselves accountable or not, apologize to your kids for the decisions that you made, because whether we come to terms with what we did affected our children, we don't know. Something we said, something we did could have triggered our kids and put them into a deep anger, a deep sadness, a deep depression. What is that thing called when you eat too much or don't eat at all? It's called
eating disorder?
Yeah, what my
ED.
son said, eating disorder. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that can affect our kids, and we think because they're kids, they don't know, they don't understand, they don't always feel, they don't always think, but they do, and we don't always recognize it. But it shows in their body language. It shows in the way that they eat. It shows in the way that they sleep. It shows in the way that they talk. It shows in everything that they do. The signs are there, clear as day. And I had to recognize this with my daughter. I had to recognize this with my oldest son. Even with my youngest son. Certain things that I did as a mom, even before I had kids, my kids know some of the things that I did back then. But just like around Christmas time and stuff, I had to tell my daughter, I said, I'm so sorry that I did not make better decisions when I was younger, because the things that I did, they're affecting you now. And my daughter's 16, so just imagine what she's going through, the things that she's dealing with, the things that she's thinking, the things that she's heard, like, oh my God, did my mom really do that? You know what I'm saying? So we have to sincerely apologize and be open with our kids and say, hey, I'm only human. I'm going to mess up sometimes. I'm not going to be perfect 24/7 every day, 365 days a year. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure that we're being honest and transparent with our kids. You know what I'm saying? Because when they hear something about us from another source, they can be like, oh, my mom sat me down and talked to me about that. That way it's not a shock to them. It's not a surprise. They're not looking at us like, oh my God, my mom's just this horrible person. My grandmother's just this horrible person. My dad is just, this deadbeat dad. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, we definitely have to make sure that we as parents are communicating with our kids on a proper level, depending on how old they are. I tell my son, my 12-year-old, certain things, you know what I'm saying? Not too much crazy stuff, but, just certain things that I know that they can handle, but I tell them certain things because I don't want it coming from somebody else, and then they're looking at me like, oh my God, like my mom is, because that triggers kids, and it hurts them to think that, like, oh my God, my parents did that, like my parents are really like that. You know what I'm saying? So my aunt told me, she was like, you need to stop telling your kids everything. And I'm like, nah, I want that kind of relationship with my kids. I want them to be able to know, oh, like, my mom doesn't keep secrets from me. I mean, certain things they just shouldn't know. I mean, because they're kids, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to tell them something that might trigger, traumatize them, but you also want them to understand who you are as a human being, as a parent, as a mother, as a woman, you know what I'm saying? So parents, if there's anything that you see in your kids, if they're sleeping too much, if they're eating too much, if they're not eating enough, if they're not communicating, if they're not that talkative, if all they want to do is be on their phones constantly, I tell my sons now, come nighttime, when it's time to wind down, I'm like, put them phones and iPads down and talk to each other. Because if you notice, even your family can be in the same house and not even be communicating, because everybody's on their phone, everybody's on their tablet, everybody's on their iPhone, nobody's talking to each other. So that's just my word of advice for today. It's just, apologize to your kids. Let them know that, you're doing the best that you can, and you will continue to do the best that you can for them, and that you will love them unconditionally no matter what. No matter who you are, no matter what you did 10, 15, 20 years ago, it does not matter. What matters is that you recognize that you are a mother now, you're a parent, you're a father. You might even be a stepmom, a stepfather, but what matters is that you stepping up, showing these kids that, you are going to be the best version of you today, right now. Because you can't go back yesterday and be like, oh, let me go back to yesterday around 3 o'clock and fix what I did. You can't do that. You can only be in the now. You are in the now. You see what I'm saying? So with that said, I'm wishing you all a positive, happy, healthy day. Wishing you all a, positive, successful day. And when you're ready to have some conversations, with your kids, drop them in the comments. Let's talk about it. Like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.